Welcome back to another Market Open live stream. Let's take a look and see what the heck is going on in this pre-market. I can tell you it's going to start with AMC. Oh, man. Oops, that's Twitter. Okay, hold on. Wrong button. There we go. Now we're going to the right button. Look at this. I mean, golly. Gee, yesterday we were measuring the dip on AMC, and we saw it triple dip down to about 28.80. And folks, we are now about $10 above that point. Boy, oh boy. But that doesn't even represent what happened this morning in the pre-market. Take a look at this. So pre-market opened right around here, kind of where the mouse is. Let's zoom in a little bit. Look at that run that we had in pre-market. So pre-market opened right here. We go, right here. And it's been straight up in pre-market. AMC ran up to a high of 44.75. It currently has settled back down to about 38, somewhere right around here, 38, 36.92. We are up, or it looks like we're going to open up about 19 to 20% here. So we'll see what ends up happening. But boy, oh boy, what an incredible pre-market rally so far here. We'll go to the minute chart. We'll see how things are fluctuating. Here we go. 38.43 right now. We'll see how it goes. BlackBerry, though, running again. Go to the day chart here. Look at BlackBerry's explosion here. It's really been any kind of momentum that has just absolutely exploded. And it's day after day after day. Take a look. Costs. This is on the day chart here. See the same sort of explosion. Microvision. You're starting to see that kind of explosion. It's coming a little slower. Express, you see it. Skills, not as much. Build-A-Bear, certainly do. Let's see here. Right. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at BTX. This, by the way, BTX, it's crazy. I remember when this was first running. I was saying, man, this thing's run so much. Be careful. These things can tend to follow the momentum curve. And this was somewhere probably, I mean, I heard about it not too early. I think I heard about it kind of mid-range here. And then we kind of started watching it. But I mean, this is an incredibly perfect example of a momentum curve here. And it's one that just recently occurred. That's incredible. But anyway, this is obviously, bummer for BTX. But anywho, so, SoFi is up again. Very nice. I like that. Options are going to be happy about this one. Let's see. What else we have here? Cheesecake, GameStop. GameStop, had a nice push here as well. It's just not as consistent here as AMC. If we go to losers today, let's see what's losing right now. C3AI. This I still think is one to watch. I haven't bought anything, but I'm watching this because it's sold off so much. You've got Virgin Galactic, Fisker, ChargePoint Neo. Let's see here. Tesla down about 0.5%, dropping to about 620. And Roblox actually down today. Although this has just also exploded over the last few days here. Or I should probably say the week here. About the last week of trading days. Been pretty incredible for Roblox. So we'll see what happens. The opening bell is in about 5 minutes. We've got a lot of excitement happening today. At AMC, we had a very strong hold and actually just straight up gain yesterday on on AMC. We'll see what happens today. We do have a share count today, so we'll see how those synthetics are looking. But hey, let's go ahead and give a peek here to CNBC, and we'll keep an eye on these sticks. See what's going on.
What happens when American companies are sending these ransom payments to these hacking groups in Russia? This is Evil Corp. Doing donuts in Moscow back in 2019, video released by the British National Crime Agency, which said that this particular hacking group was an enormous threat to the United Kingdom. So we see some links between the criminal underworld and the Russian government, but it's not at all clear exactly to what extent Vladimir Putin controls these people, if he does, or if he's just allowing them tacitly.
It's all Vlad. It's all Vlad, they say. I don't know. Is it? All right. Well, let's see. So AMC pretty stable right now. Pretty stable. We've got BlackBerry. Yeah, a little soft coming in here. You know what I want to do as well is let me pull up the term and see if we can get any any updates on AMC through the term. We'll also jump on over here. Let's see if Fox Business has anything for us. Or what are we talking about on Fox Biz? Okay, nothing. Right, TV commercial. All right. Fine then. Bloomberg Live. Let's try them. They're going to commercial too. And Bloomberg Live's on commercial. Okay, 4 minutes before the bell, and everybody's just taking off on commercial. No problem. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the terminal. I want to see if there's any particular news we can get on AMC. We'll probably knock out the short interest on AMC and at least GameStop as well. But we did take a peek at these yesterday, though they do update daily. The estimates at least update daily. So it's nice to get a little bit of a feel for what's going on. I do believe that the shorts right now are positioned to really take that sort of greedy approach of that's it, we're holding on, we're not going to get squeezed out. And now so far, the stock has been going to the moon. I don't think it's been short squeezing though. I think it's been investing. It's been people buying. So we'll see what happens. But I wouldn't be surprised if the real squeeze, the longer this keeps going on, the crazier the real squeeze could potentially get as shorts continue to double down. We shall see. But that's something we've been talking about for a few days here, and that's going to require patience in terms of the stock. So we've got AMC here at 1860. So it's kind of bobbing into the open here. Really, all eyes are going to be on these first opening candlesticks here. We have not really seeing a rally into the open, but that's okay. I think people have placed their bets, put their positions in for the day. The day traders have loaded up. Now it's time to see what happens and how things perform. There are also a lot of traders who won't buy in pre-market, so we'll see. And often it's not uncommon for us to get a dip. I mean, we had it yesterday. You get a dip within the first 10 minutes, and then you really go to the moon after it. So we'll see. All right, give it a shot here. Let me see if I can pull up AMC news, just specifically AMC. All right, let's see here. AMC news. There it is. Okay. So we have Wall Street pre-bound. Oh, Goldman downgrades IMAX to sell. Nobody cares. All right, let's see. AMC targets Reddit Wall Street bet traders via website. New perks for extraordinary Reddit traders. Oh, that's interesting. Barron's did a piece on them. Are they worth the high price? Oh, that's interesting. I can pull up Barron's. So AMC Theaters. I am curious to see what those perks look like. But let's get into Barron's as well. Get the opening bell coming in about a minute here. So let's see here. Ooh, look at this. Get an initial. Oh, wait, hold on. Get an initial free large popcorn and investor updates. If you're an AMC shareholder, let us know. We'll send you special offers starting with an initial free popcorn and the latest AMC Investor Connect updates. Oh, man, I love it. It's so smart. It's really, really good. And then this is the Barron's article from 3 hours ago. Let's see if we can get a quick bottom line. No, I want to read it, but we also have 30 seconds to the opening bell. So, okay, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. I'll read it. Well, actually, we'll read it together, but let's watch the sticks first.
More branded stuff and newer stuff. My teenage daughters were like, no, that's for the old people. That's for millennials. And so this is that sort of inroads into the current moment of wanting,
watch,
vintage.
10 seconds to go here. Let's watch this opening bell, and we'll watch the opening sticks.
Interesting bid by Etsy, though, because it does have that feel of like individual sellers is really the theme, and they build their own brands.
Interesting that stock, they didn't use that, though. Largely cash for this deal. Yeah. When you're paying over 20 times revenues, sometimes you think maybe you'd want to use your stock, but Carl,
cash is free too right now.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Green today.
There's no doubt.
very
costing
green.
You a lot at this point.
All right, let's go ahead and see what's going on. Let's get our pre-market out of here. We don't need this anymore. We got an initial red candlestick on AMC. It looks like right now we are only up about 14%. This is pretty normal. See that red candlestick in the first few minutes of the day. It's not uncommon. Doge, oh my goodness. Doge on that Coinbase listing. Woo, up 11%. It's at 42 cents right now. We're fighting here at this candlestick, not letting this red candlestick get out of hand. It's got a lot of volume, but not letting this get out of hand. This is actually holding pretty firm here at 14.5%. So far, the stock is holding pretty firm. Now at about 13.5, not about 12.5. Okay, well, it looked like it was holding firm. No, yeah, it's fighting back to about 13%. Now we are at about 11%. Now we're at about 12%. Okay, there's definitely a battle going on here. This is there's no kidding what's happening here. So at the same time here, cost is actually rotating up a little bit, and yeah, about 12.8 now, 13 now. Okay, fighting back. Here we go. Okay, Microvision also up about 5.9. So a green candle forming here. Express Skills doing well. We're at about 12.5% now, 13.5% now. Churchill Capital is moving up about 1.7%. SoFi about 1.5. Etsy 1.29. Coinbase up a little bit here. But yeah, watching this AMC fight, pretty stable so far. Honestly, I mean, for now it's back to 14.5-ish. I mean, for a strong open here. That's yeah. Fighting back. Look at that. There we go. 15%. See, it's so common. You get the initial red, and you get the initial people that dump. They dump, and then what? It all gets bought up. And it gets bought up, and the thing starts running. It's been doing this over and over and over again. See, look at that. We went down to what, 12.5 there or whatever on towards the upside. Now we're at 17.8, 18, 18.5. So the dip that we hit today was we fell to about 35.60, and now we're starting to go green. Here it is. It's the same thing every day. It's incredible. Wow. There we go. Here come the greens. Downside market actually isn't even that down today. I mean, API, UWMC, a little bit on the downside here, but these are nominal movers. A couple 1% fluctuations. Nobody's even going to notice those. Build-A-Bear dropped off a little bit. Build-A-Bear only sitting at Build-A-Bear redding a little bit at the open. Etsy actually doing well here at the open. Finally getting a little love again at Etsy. Matterport relatively flat. It did move up about 2%, but can't seem to get footing here. AMC is still fighting. I mean, I just saw 19.5%. Now we're at about 17. It's having a little, it's having its own little battle here. But I will say overall, it's a pretty green market right here. I do want to see what Barron's had to say about AMC. Why don't we do that together? Because Barron's, I mean, I guess I should read their publication first, but generally, I think that they have insightful articles. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave the sticks right here so we can kind of watch them. AMC skyrocketing. Okay, yeah, we know. So shares of AMC. Okay, we know what happened. What's with all this bombing? There we go. Okay, even if investors missed an inflection point, though, the math doesn't add up. Here comes the FUD. The reason might be that market cap isn't the right measure. Maybe it's enterprise value, which is essentially market cap and debt. AMC's enterprise value is about $26 billion compared with about $6.2 billion or so at the end of 2018. AMC added debt during the pandemic as theaters in the country's biggest cities were dark. Enterprise value, not a bad measure to use for recovery stocks, because then, it makes their essential market weighted kind of market cap seem a whole lot larger, right? If you didn't use the debt, I think our market cap right now is like 13. And if you include the debt here, you're really doubling the weight this has in the market here. All right, let's see what else Barron's has. So it seems investors have been vexed by the movie theater economics, but it wouldn't be the first time. The industry essentially went belly up at the turn of the millennia. Regal Cinemas, for instance, declared bankruptcy in 2001. I don't think we're thinking of bankruptcies coming here. Back then, the industry had plenty of capacity because of new design, blah, blah, blah. The upshot was consolidation. Okay, in the end, too many seats and not enough patrons meant the return to stadium seating investments never materialized. Okay. The upshot was consolidation with fewer... I don't know why it's bobbing in such a weird way here. It's really annoying when I'm scrolling. Oh, I think it's because ads are loading in. Ugh. All right. Well, right now we are 19% up on AMC. All right, let's see. The upshot was consolidation, fewer operators, blah, blah, blah. In those days, Regal Cinema's enterprise value was about $5 billion, or 50% of total box office sales. That's far short of AMC today. Something new has to be different for AMC to be worth it. Okay, so 50% of U.S. box office sales. I wonder what AMC U.S. box office sales. I wonder if we can get that pretty easily. Oh, well, these are movies. Movie theaters to set records. Okay. Oh, come on. Get the pop-ups out of here. Box office. Let's see. Do they have it just for AMC? AMC. I mean, I could also just look at their investor presentation. We might do that in a second. But anyway, Regal's enterprise value was $5 billion, or about 50% of total U.S. box office sales. So total. Oh, it's not just AMC. It's all U.S. box office sales. Well, let's go to like 2019, right? All right, here. The total 2019 box office expected to ring up $11.4 billion. That's interesting. So it's still, I mean, yeah. I mean, AMC is still, what, twice? Yeah, a little more than twice enterprise value-wise what total U.S. box office sales are. Yeah, but things are valued differently today as well. Valuations have definitely gone up across the board. Maybe the movie theater business is going through another period of consolidation, which can usher in another golden age of returns. Ooh, that also sounds good. AMC's Tuesday's gains, in fact, were catalyzed by new capital raised, so the company could go on the offensive, acquiring defunct chains. Monopolies, after all, can be good for stock returns. If AMC can increase market share and the U.S. box office sales can return to 2018 levels, total sales might be $9 billion, $6 billion from tickets and $3 billion from concessions. Okay. Then, with better profit margins delivered by larger scale, AMC might be able to generate $600 million of free cash flow annually, which puts the stock at about a 4% free cash flow yield. S&P trades for about 3%. The numbers can work if they're stretched. Okay. So with the proper growth, that makes sense. Sounds like how we would value a growth company. There are problems with scenario, though. There are a lot of ifs and mights. And AMC has never generated cash flow like that in the past. Arriving at $600 million free cash flow is more about justifying current valuations than predicting what is likely. Also, with M&A, AMC shares might rise, but there are still competitors. Regal is still out there. Cineworld is still out there. And so is Cinemark. So not a true monopoly. AMC and the peers have to deal with streaming as well. Also a good point. There's also a problem with peer stocks that aren't trading like this in a brave new world for theaters. Cinestock is up 484% from its 52-week lows, but shares are still off 72% from all-time highs. All right. AMC is up almost 1,600% from its 52-week low and down just 13% from its May all-time high. All right, interesting. All right, what else do we have here? Super chat won't work. Oh, that's weird. Super chat usually works. I don't know. I don't see why super chat wouldn't work. But anyway, we got to get through this. We got to get through the Barons here. Wall Street just doesn't see the potential. Really? I mean, the thing keeps skyrocketing. 9 analysts covering the stock have a target price of about $5. Before the pandemic, the target was about $15. Old target enterprise value was $7 billion. Okay, and today we're at $26 billion. Analysts do have positive free cash flow in mind, though. $13 million in 2022 and $90 million in 2023. Long way from $600 million. That's it. And that's just another way of saying the AMC bulls are a long way from making the math work. All right. I don't know, Bloomberg. Or not Bloomberg, Barron's. That was Barron's on AMC stock here. All right. Let's go ahead and take a look at these sticks. See what's going on here. So, zooming in, we've got volume. Was this AMC? Oh yeah, okay, there we go. Wait, no. Yeah, here's AMC. Okay, 40 million up front. Then we went straight down to 4 and 3. So pretty low volume after the first minute. Their volume has definitely fallen. Jason Smith doesn't like the math they use. Tell us what. If you have an iPhone, Super Chat won't work. Oh, you can only send stickers. Interesting. Another Apple versus Google. Anyway, so 21% here toward the upside on AMC, still pushing up. It's incredible. So towards the downside, Cinemark, speaking of the other movie theater chains, Cinemark is down 3.8%. Oh man. I mean, you don't want to laugh at somebody else's loss. It's ironic. Whew. Amazon, pretty much flat. A lot of the market just being boring right now. Really, the fun is right here. There's Build-A-Bear came back. Build-A-Bear sitting at, what is this, 4.5% here? Nikola, wow. Nikola's at 16. Where's Build-A-Bear? I could click on the darn thing. There we go. Here's Build-A-Bear. Yeah, Build-A-Bear's doing a nice move to the upside. Mm-hmm. All right. Microvision 7% again here. Good runs. Honest Company 5.5. And we've got Lordstown 4.76. XL Fleet 5%. Doge settling a little bit. Really starting to dance between our lines over here, 40 cents and 43 cents. An incredible comeback, though. AMC is still running. Look at this. Now we're at about 22%. Jeez. It's incredible. Let's go ahead and listen to CNBC for a moment, and we'll come right back to the AMC stakes.
Close to historic highs. And really, for the most part, it's been that way for a while. On the other hand, interest rates are reflecting more than just a barn burner type economy ahead loaded with inflation. As you look at this two-day chart, we're drifting lower in yield, higher in price. Therefore, there may be some issues there on the horizon that the Treasury market is paying attention to. Not so much all the stimulus, but maybe the debt where it was sourced from, or the $6 trillion budget where the last 6 years averaged less than 2% GDP growth on the grand 12-year projections. All this may be into the Treasury complex. But one thing for sure, if we monitor something like inflation through the break-evens of 10-year, meaning the relationship between nominal 10-year yields and Treasury inflation protected yields, the TIPS yields, you can see the chart there. And it starts on January 1st, 2020. I'm going to label that pre-COVID. Okay, so you see that now we're at 247. It wasn't 180 pre-COVID, and the high's 257. The long and the short of it is that inflation has ramped up a bit, as evidenced by this metric, and it hasn't come down very much. Now, if we look at something like lumber prices, because they figure so prominently in things like the pricing of homes, let's also start pre-COVID, January 1st, 2020, and let's take that first metric out to the highs in lumber that were May 7th. And you can see that little box there. It was up 315% on the highs. Now, if
we're going to go ahead and pull off the talk about how things have gone up. Things have gone up a lot, but I'll tell you, things have moderated. Lumber prices, yeah, see, there we go. Lumber prices have started to rotate down. It's a nice change. We're starting to see some of those inflation pressures finally start chilling out a little bit, which is very, very good. All right, let's go ahead and get back over here. Hold on.
We've seen from consumers in returning to eating and drinking out, even outside, has been very welcome. And of course, we're not out of the woods yet, because we know that it's about 20% will struggle to reopen with social distancing.
Everybody got a yellow jacket at that restaurant? Jeez.
Less likely that they'll be able to reopen. So I think you will see continued business failures within hospitality over the course of the next year. Well, I think the government support has been unprecedented, equally unprecedented.
Let's go ahead and pull off here. I'm going to grab short interest quickly. Let's see what I can get. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get some. See what we got. We've got to get short interest on, and that'll be the current estimate. So I don't think this will include the count yet, because the count's just beginning, really. Right. Let's take a peek here. Let's see what we got. We'll look at AMC short interest. We'll look at short interest right now on GME, at least according to S3 here. All right, let's grab it here. So we've got, okay, well, the computer that's not loading. GME. All right, GME sitting right now at 19.84, and AMC right now sitting at, oh, it's gone to the downside here a little bit. 18.23. This is the first time I've actually seen it like really dip. And it's not much of a dip, a couple percent, but it's the first time I've actually seen it start rotating to the downside here. So a little bit of a dip there on the short interest. So we're still sitting around 18% here on AMC, getting a few red candlesticks. Not uncommon, obviously, throughout the day to get the ups and downs. Personally looking for a nice buying opportunity too. But gosh, it's hard. It's hard to get on a rocket ship while it's flying. It's hard. Skills 9.2%, BlackBerry 7.96, Dogecoin giving it up a little bit here. Just the last 15 minutes, sort of rotating to the downside here. We've got costs also ticking down a little bit. BTX 7.5 moving up. It's nice moves. Sundial 5% to the upside. Microvision, bobbing around. Shift, Shift Technology moving up a little bit. It's nice to see the CEOs actually buy their own shares rather than sell their own shares. Tired of seeing that. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, I mean, okay, Bitcoin's at 37.5, great. But we got a couple 2% or a few 2% movers here. Ubiquity's almost back at 300. That's incredible. We got Enphase here at 142. PayPal's still sitting in those 260s. I feel like it's been sitting there for a while. SoFi's up a bit more. Lemonade over 92. Square sitting at 224. Things are slowly crawling back. It does feel like a very slow crawl back, with the exception of obviously some of the rocket ship stocks. The rocket ship stocks are doing very, very well. I like the rocket ships. 19% on AMC right now. Goodness gracious. Does anybody actually think we're going to see a real dip so we have a buying opportunity and then we can go to the moon? Got to give people a chance to get on the rocket ship. It's too fast. It's all right. Workhorse, 4%. Well, hold on a second here. Where'd it go? Yeah, there it is. Workhorse up about 3.9. We were talking about Workhorse yesterday a little bit. This thing's like 45% short. It's just absolutely nuts. It's just nuts. So I think there's real potential in a, who knows, maybe a squeeze at Workhorse. Let me look at the latest short interest on Workhorse. Workhorse. Jeez, man. Oh, wow. It's at 47.38% right now for that's you're coming up on 2.5 times as much as AMC on the short side right now. It's crazy. Just crazy. All right, let's go ahead and listen here. I want to hear what CNBC has for a moment. What is it? Bank stocks? Do we care?
Place to be if inflation concern.
Workhorse, sorry, not force.
You get higher rates or a steeper curve.
All right, and you do expect economic activity to increase, I would assume, and then you therefore expect it to be reflected in the results that we're going to see from the banks?
That's right. So we've had there hasn't been a lot of revenue growth outside of the big investment banks with regards to core banking activity, but we're looking for the early signs. So we recently have had several bank conferences in some of the states where they reopened earlier. So for example, we just did a Texas virtual field trip. The Texas banks are talking about accelerating growth. We're hearing about that in parts of the Southeast. We think that now that as all these states have opened up, you're going to see loan growth and economic activity continue to build. And we think that's going to be a positive for bank earnings going forward. And so what we have in our models is we have a reemergence of loan growth in the fourth quarter. Personally, I don't believe that that's the key driver for bank stocks because I think it's a matter of when, not if. You will see this loan growth begin to pick up. And what's also different this time is that bank balance sheets have a record amount of liquidity on them. So when rates do start to go up, we
All right.
expect net interest margins to
Bank
widen.
talk, boring. Oh, wow. AMC just skyrocketed. Look at this. Jeez, man. 25%. Just really took off here. 25%, just all of a sudden. See, this is what I'm talking about. It's like, where's the dip? There's no dip. There's no dip. You can't wait for a dip. It's just literally every day you wait, it just gets more and more expensive, it seems. Yeah, that's something else. All right, well, let's see here. All right. Okie dokie then. So let's go ahead and pop on over here. I'm gonna watch this. 25% right now. It's incredible. Let's see. Okay, Varn's got nothing for us. What is Bloomberg covering for us today?
That means that the yield curve and the shape of the yield curve is even more powerful when it comes to impacting their profitability. And so, in general, we would be steering clear of some of the pockets of froth that we see in the market. We think that there's a little bit more risk there than may meet the eye, but still finding lots of really interesting things to do. And the final point I would make about small caps broadly and the Russell 2000 in particular is something to the tune of 40% of those companies actually have negative earnings. And I would argue that in an environment of rising rates, earnings growth becomes that much more important because those higher rates are going to end up pressuring valuations. So very constructive on the asset class, but definitely picking and choosing our spots.
David, we've got to leave it there. This was a really nice pairing. It's really great to catch up with you both. Laurie Calvasina.
All righty then. Let's take a look at the sticks here again. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at it. It's going to a 20% run right now. Woo! Yeah, wow. All right, so what else do we have here? We've got 20, yeah, we're now at 27% on AMC. It's crazy. Look at it. It's only going up. That's pretty incredible. That's an incredible mover here. 28%. Wow. And on the flip side, API, Cinemark, UWMC, we got some movers here. But beyond that, this is pretty incredible. We've got, yeah, I mean, Acost, BlackBerry, these guys are sitting at about 11%, but they're not moving anything like AMC. Express here, 933. Sundial, flattish here at $1.05. Property Solutions, Ethereum, Microvision, XL Fleet, yeah, Shift Tech. I don't know. 28%. Look at this. It's absolutely incredible. It's like the dip basically was the first minute again. We talked about that. We literally talked about it. It's like, here's your dip, and here you go to the moon. It's incredible. Wow. All right. Well, we're at 28% right now towards the upside here. That's incredible. What is this? 40.9. We were okay. What did we hit here? We hit 40.25 there. 41.25 for a moment. Yeah, just above 41 right now. We will keep an eye on that. It's incredible. Dogecoin starting to rotate down here a little bit. Let's see here. Sundial 6% here. Microvision. Ooh, yeah, Microvision gave up a few percent here. Not such a massive mover. Costs. Nah. Everything else is boring. Everything else is boring. All that's fun right now is watching the insanity of the speed. The speed of which it's growing is crazy. So well, today's a big day too for AMC, so we'll see how things go. Let me see if I can pull up news on AMC, if anything else has come through on just when I search for news on AMC. Let's see here. And I'm not talking about like Barron's or whatever. I want to get some actual deets here. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, so we have, yeah, AMC rises. We know that. Okay, it's up a lot. Okay, we saw the free popcorn thing. No, there's really nothing in terms of substantial news popping up right now on AMC. think we'd get a little bit more insight today. AMC jumps to record. We saw this. Okay, AMC surges more. That's all they're covering is the fact that it's going up. I'd love to see a little bit more on our share count. Yeah, all right. Well, we're not going to get it. Not right now, at least. We do have a tiny little bit of a red candle starting here. Beyond this, we've got... let's see, what else is going on here? What else? XL Fleet's up today. Up a little bit. Microvision's up a bit. We've got Matterport here, 2.59%. Oh, AMC coverage. Let's listen.
That's Cabelli on Squawk this morning talking about how you trade around AMC, Mike, which I guess is now, I don't know, with the market cap above GameStop, is it the new meme king?
Yeah, for the moment. I mean, obviously, GameStop's still well below that momentary high a while back. Yeah, you have a similar theme where at GameStop, a lot of insiders did plenty of selling before the ramp. So now you see AMC, some insiders just feeling like the stock's gone far enough, taking on something of a life of its own, and now, you know, offering what's a large popcorn worth? $10? So that's your bonus for, you know, being a shareholder on the first movie of the summer, Carl.
Yeah, we're going to talk a lot more about how they're leaning into the Reddit community with talk more about Adam Aaron working to whip up this new online investor base when we come back. And Mike's going to stick around for another hour, so don't go away.
All right. Look at AMC go. Oh, man. They should just solely have AMC up on CNBC. That's all they need is another 27% here on AMC. Gotta love it. Yeah, a reverse circuit breaker on AMC. Yeah, rather than freezing, it's just literally the rocket. It helps the rocket propel. Yeah, no, Tesla's been a little baby. Look at Tesla the loser. Tesla the loser at 614. It's just getting smoked. Oh, you are getting a little bit more red here. Redfin, EXP. You've got Twitter, DraftKings, Macy's. Yeah, a little bit more red coming out of the market. Arcimoto, I think slowing down a little bit. Walt Disney. Palantir. What else? You got some moves here. Southwest, pretty much flat. Market's relatively boring. The only thing to look at right now really is AMC. I mean, beyond this, okay, so Cinemark's down 5%. That's incredible. Maybe what? Because AMC is giving away free popcorn. Here comes the green right back. Did have a tiny little fake out here. Tiny little red candles coming. Oh no, not for AMC. 40.7 right now. Really stuck around this 41 level here. At least temporarily right now. There we go. Yeah, 41.36. Current lid from what we could see. Obviously, we don't really have a pass that we can look at here. We can go to 5-min. Yeah, that hits nicely. But beyond that, let's we'll see if we can break out of this here. And then really towards the low side here, we got the bottom of the candlestick here, and then the bottom of the bar. Really for the day, putting us somewhere around that range of what 37 to 41.3. We'll see if we can break out. Oops, there we go. Let's drop it right here. There we go. So we got ourselves a nice box here. We'll see how it behaves. See what happens. IMAX got downgraded. Yeah, no kidding. Whatever happened to ears and eyes? That's a good question. Whatever did happen to ears and eyes? Yeah, remember when those moved like crazy for a while? Here's ears. My gosh, ears and eyes. Let's zoom out on ears. Let's see what happened. It's a really good follow-up. I like that question. Yeah, AMC did go crazy in the pre-market. Oh, wow. Just look at this history on this. Just it gets these incredible runs. Ears. And then let's see how eyes is. Eyes. Ooh. Geez, the thing went from $1 to at one point like 14, 20. No, it went to $20 at one point. And now it's sitting right around $5. Ooh, whoever bought at the top there lost like 75%. Yikes. Oh, we're about to break through here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at that. We're pushing through. It's like, don't try to put a box on me. Don't try to box me in. That'd be crazy. 41.7. Whew. Jeez. All right, let's see if CNBC is covering anything. Take a peek here.
Cap there too, though. Another big mover, by the way, speaking of $20 billion market caps, is AMC. Once again, following yesterday's 20% jump, you can see, wow, that's a new high right there. Up 30%. The company announcing Amc Investor Connect. It's a new initiative to put the company in direct communication with its shareholder base, which is largely comprised now of individuals as opposed to institutions. Investors who sign up starting today and in the coming weeks, well, you get a free large popcorn that's usable this summer if you, in fact, do attend a movie at an AMC theater. Our Robert Frank has more on AMC.
I mean, hey, that's got to be like $17 in value.
Some would say. His name is Adam Aaron. Your name is Robert Frank. Over to you.
David, good morning. Adam Aaron adding more than $100 million to his net worth, and AMC executives cashing out of millions of dollars in stock as this.
It just broke through here, our temporary line. It's incredible.
Those shares were worth about $8 million at the start of the year. They are now, as of this morning, worth about $160 million. So his gains throughout this now totaling more than $150 million, as those shares are up 1,700% since the start of this rally. He's also earned last year about $20 million in compensation. The year before that, about $10 million. So he's doing well. He has not sold any shares. Now, in March, he did give shares, now valued at about $20 million to his two sons. But other executives of the company have been selling to the tune of more than $4 million worth since March. The top seller, according to SEC filings, is the chief content officer. She has sold more than $1 million since March. The general counsel selling just under $1 million. And the CMO yesterday, Carl, as you mentioned earlier this morning, selling 15,000 shares for a gain just yesterday of $400,000. AMC not responding to requests for any comment on the sales. But guys, incredible moves, incredible wealth creation for some of these shareholders, the executives, and Adam Aaron.
Yeah, it's quite a story, and it keeps going.
By the way, it does also look like Churchill's moving a bit. I mean, quite frankly, it's kind of like, it's a little dull to look at like, yay, Churchill Capital's up 4% when AMC is up 27%. Just day after day after day after day. But hey, go Churchill Capital. That's incredible. Well, I've said that a few times. Downside over here. Let's see. Volatility index. Stock-wise, API really getting whacked. API has just been one that's been getting destroyed. Yeah, Piton now down 2%. Tesla's almost down 2% as well. Looks like looks like you really got the market almost dragging everything a little lower right now. Let's see, look at the SPY here. Not as strong as Let's go 5 minute here. Yeah, S&P is doing okay. Going back to AMC, we'll look at volume here. Yeah, on the 5 minute chart, we've been straight up. Volume on the 5 minutes been pretty stable. 12 to 15 million. Very, very stable. Getting a few reds again here. Minor little bumps in the road, though, so far.
Existential crisis. Movie theaters were closed. We didn't know if the company could stay out of bankruptcy. And maybe, you know, the $8 million at the time worth of shares given to the CEO was kind of like you carried us through, you raised some capital, and now we're surviving. So it's not as if the company said, you deserve $160 million. It's just, you know, we're marking his grant to crazy right now, and it becomes, you know, 160 on paper.
Right. And to your point about the emotional roller coaster, I mean, think about these executives. You really can't blame them from a financial planning point of view to take a large number of their shares, in some cases, significant percentages of their share ownership off the table. It doesn't necessarily mean they don't believe in the future of the company. It just means that it would be irresponsible to not sell at some of these levels. The CMO selling in the $26, $27 range yesterday. I'm sure he's saying maybe I should have sold today. But
well,
again, it's hard to think this is not a good time to sell, given all you poured into this company of your life for many of these executives.
All right, but what happens, Robert?
And again, we'll see where it goes.
When Adam Aaron, he's got to want to monetize some of this. He gave some of his money to his kids, or some of his shares to his kids, but he's got to. And yet the question becomes, all right, if he starts selling, does that even have an impact, or does none of it matter? I mean, yesterday you had literally a distressed investor buy 8 million shares and sell them more or less in the same day. That didn't impact anybody. I don't know. Maybe Adam Aaron should just try and sell some stock. Why not?
It's a great point. My initial reaction would be, yes, if he sold anything, that would be a signal and these investors would run for the hills. But if you look at Costcorp, that's another one of these meme stocks. They make headphones. That family early on and throughout this has been selling shares, and it doesn't matter. That stock price still goes up. Those Reddit shareholders still believe in the company. They still want to stick it to the man or the shorts. And so you're right, David. I don't know that it would matter if Adam sold shares.
I mean, I have to say I was shocked yesterday when they issued the new shares.
Last night, it's no longer diamond hands, Robert. I said on Twitter, it's popcorn hands as we watch shares of AMC
I don't know about that.
Robert Frank, thanks. Meantime, keep an eye on shares of Zoom today, reporting pretty good earnings, warning of a coming slowdown. Joining us today, Jim Scheinman's founding managing partner.
All right. Hey, take a look at this. Really bobbing up to this line that we drew here. See, look at this. The candle's really pop, 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 hitting our line and bouncing off. We never got a clean break above the line here. So I think this is clearly a little bit of a trader signal here that we're potentially range bound a little bit right now. It'll be interesting to see if we end up retracing to 37.26. That appears to be possible since we are not breaking out right now. And let's see, 5-minute volume. 5-minute volumes, as of the last 5 minutes, been pretty stable. We'll see how these next 5 minutes close out. But if we go back, looking for prior levels here of support or resistance, looks to me like 32.72. That almost looks like a triple toucher here. Yeah, take a look at this. Let's draw this. Or just looking at yesterday, right? So the opening moment here. Opening moment. We have opening moment at 32.72. We got a touch-ish over here right before a non-breakout stick. We've got a touch here, and then we do kind of bob a little bit below it. So I don't know if this is our perfect placement. We could probably drag this down a little bit to the top of the actual bars. No, I don't like that as much. It's so tough when you just don't have as much data. Yeah, maybe. I mean, see if I drop this to about the bar here, 28.13. No, that doesn't really make sense. Yeah, because yesterday we had our triple touch over here. Yeah, this was, well, let's see here. Our morning triple touch was the bottom of this bar, somewhere right around here. Yeah, here's okay. Well, anyway, looking at it today, okay, this is all on the 5-minute. No, I mean, I like these drawings. Obviously, towards the upside, it's harder for us to determine, but I do think I'm debating this line a little bit here. This one I'm good with. Good with this. 37, yeah. Well, this is pre-market. Let me go back to 1 minute. because that's what we drew this other chart here off the 1 minute. Let's go back here a little bit. I love getting the triple touch. Oh no. Yeah. All right, let me try to validate these lines here before we just go with them. So yeah, we're rotating away from this right here. This has clearly become a resistance. So we're falling away from this. We are our previous level of support. I mean, I don't know if we could really call it any of these guys. They've been there such short periods of time. If I go back to the prior day, I mean, prior day, we missed the whole movement from pre-market. It's almost like you have to play in the pre-market. But the pre-market's messy. Draw sticks off the pre-market? I don't know. I don't really like it. I don't really like these sticks. I'll drag this one out of here. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's hard to tell exactly where the next stop might be. Yeah, that's all you really have. I mean, you could do the fib retracement, but I prefer finding a support. I could go to 1 minute here again. Or you know what? I'll go to 30 minute. Let's see if we can get anything on 30. No, that doesn't look too good. Let's see, with 30, it really brings us over here. Here's our, yeah, it brings us around that 28 figure. There we go. Ish. Look at that. That's like a quad touch. Oh, man. But yeah, beyond that, I mean, between there and here, gosh, it's tough. It's a tough one. All right. Well, let's go ahead and listen over here. What do we have here?
Give us a chance to ask questions here.
Sure, go ahead.
And I applaud your enthusiasm. Obviously, you need to have enthusiasm when you're in a position like you are, and it's done you well. But, you know, investors perhaps, and even management at this point, not as enthusiastic as they might have, been expected to be. I mean, are they downplaying the opportunity here, or is it going to be more of a show me story in terms of some of these things that you're talking about so excitedly?
Yeah, so I think this is the whole point, is that they don't understand. They don't see the vision yet. So I'm trying to give you and viewers a little bit of an insight into what the future is going to be. Maybe it's just luckily, this is what I do for a living. I see it. You have to, Zoom events is going to be a massive opportunity for Zoom, right? We run a conference every year, Maven Hypergrowth, with
Zoom events as an opportunity. I don't know. Call me skeptical.
Happening. It's going to make that experience so much better. I'm happy to pay Zoom hundreds or thousands of dollars to enable me to save tens of thousands of dollars on live events. That's just Maven. There's thousands of companies that are going to be doing events on Zoom. That's going to be a new revenue stream. That's part of the Zoom platform.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe. I know virtual events have been a big thing. So maybe.
With companies doing video SDK, what does that mean? There are companies like Twilio and Agora that enable businesses to build video conferencing into their product. Zoom is going to open up their platform. It's going to give access to any business to get access to Zoom video at a lower cost, higher quality, lower cost. We already see companies shifting over. We have 2 companies that are using the Zoom SDK that we're using other businesses. And on top of that, Zoom has announced a $100 million Zoom app fund to support all this. Right. That alone is a massive opportunity, right? Okay. I think the other thing,
I can't have you. You've gone through so many, Jim. We got to pay our bills. You've been able to pay some of yours here, so I appreciate it. We look forward to having you back soon.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great to see.
Nice.
Okay, kind of got cut off there. Oh well. All right. Yeah. So what do we got here? We touched the VUAP for a split second, kind of rotating off. It could not keep above this line here. So it's definitely not moving the way it is or was in the pre-market. Yeah, part of that I think has to do with, let's see, I want to see volume. Slightly falling. I mean, it's tough to tell in this last 5 minute here because we're not done with this yet. That'll be done in about 20 seconds. But we've got 10 million here. But all it takes is volume all of a sudden to spike. And every time we see this volume spike, that's when we get the runs. You know, like stock runs, not the other kind of runs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right, there we go. You got another bar here. That was only an 8.2 million. So volume slowing down a little bit. A little bit of steam slowing down here. It could just be an intraday pause. You kind of get that. We've seen that so many times at AMC, but start of a bigger dip. Are you ready to buy? So I got to keep an eye on this. See what happens. See what happens. All right. Well, folks, the Workhorse short interest. Yeah. I'll pull it up again. Workhorse short interest. I wouldn't be surprised if you get a nice squeeze on Workhorse. The thing is so shorted right now. All right, where was it? So the short interest percentage on Workhorse was, well, not available for me to find. There it is. Workhorse right now is 47.38%, and it's been going up. Another one that's pretty high is Arcimoto at 35.35, and it's been going up. Yeah, that's crazy. Aye. Yeah, still getting some minor red candles here on AMC. We'll watch it though. It's just a slowdown here in volume. All right, folks. Well, I got to take off. Appreciate y'all being here. Got to go to the course member live stream. We'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks so much, folks, and we'll be in the course member live stream in about 5 minutes.